Yo, Niall here. I wanted to talk to you today about conscious choices and taking responsibility for your situation in life right now, because it's been coming up a lot in my life and with people around me, and in particular with people blaming other people and their world, and probably myself as well, other people in the world around them for their problems. In particular, this probably comes up with people in relationships when they talk about that person hurts me, or the person they're with always does these things, always brings me down. But you're forgetting the fact that you chose to be with this person, and you're forgetting the fact that whenever someone shows these qualities later on in a relationship, you actually had the inkling it was going to happen when you first met them. You had the feeling in your gut that this might happen, but you still chose to stay with them. You chose those things. I remember hearing an interview with Ralston, who is the guy that the movie 127 Hours is based on. And he said that of a study done of all the people that get stuck in those situations where they're trapped and they have to get themselves out of it, the ones that, the point they came to surviving and getting themselves out of the situation was the point when they realised they were completely responsible for the place they were in. And in the movie, that's the point where he starts to go through the situations in his mind, he goes over it, and he says, you could have called people, but you didn't. You had choices, but you were being lazy. And it's exactly the same in our life right now. It's exactly the same. Once you're taking ownership of where you are in your life right now, you can learn from it. But if you don't take ownership, you can't learn, right? And this is a big part of confidence. And I'm not saying you have to do good things all the time. You can do naughty shit as well. But when you do naughty shit, and let's talk about, say, drink driving. If you're going to have drinks and you're going to drive home, it's easy to be unconscious and just get in the car and go based on peer pressure or whatever reason you're going to drive home, to impress girls, whatever the reason is, or guys. But when you're being conscious, you live out in your mind, if I hurt someone, if I were to crash and kill someone, I would have to, first of all, live through the guilt of killing them. I might go to jail. I might fucking end up being someone's bitch in prison. If you're really going to go through this stuff in your brain, right? Okay? And it doesn't have to be that extreme, but realize that when you're conscious in your choices, you take responsibility, but the thing is you can learn from them, and it creates confidence. So you can go and do naughty shit that you know you probably shouldn't do, but you want to experience it just to find out what it's like. And you know, if I get caught doing this, I'm going to get in trouble. I might lose friends. I might lose family. People might hate me, but I'm willing to do that to find out about the experience. When you make conscious choices like that. So realize when you're in a relationship that you don't like, it's easy to blame the other person and say, well, it's all their fault. They're doing these things that I don't like. You fucking knew they were this person when you started going out with them. You knew these things. You knew deep down, even if they weren't showing it so deeply, you knew these things. And you knew you could have asked them questions. Or, for example, you get to the point when someone says, you know, at the end of a relationship, they never loved me, they were using me. You had the opportunity to ask them, but you were too scared to do it because you were scared they might say, I don't love you, right? If you be conscious with yourself and say, okay, I fucked up, at least that way you can learn from it next time. Because if you're blaming other people and you're blaming the world, you can't learn from it. So trust that once you're conscious, even though it sucks sometimes, because you've got to realize that you're responsible for your situation, it makes you into a more confident human being. And I guess in the end of this, rather than telling all the bad parts, also realize that when you make bad decisions in your life, trust that the reason you made those decisions in the first place was for a positive reason. Maybe you got in a relationship with a person that you knew wasn't right for you, but you needed their love or whatever it is. You needed their attention to make you feel better in the moment. Even though that might be needy, at least it was for a positive intention for you. Love the parts of you that you love the least. It's something that I keep saying again and again. Rather than hate on that part that made the mistake, love the part of you that made the mistake in the first place for why they made the decision, and then learn from it, and then you won't make the mistake again. Because if you're living in a cycle doing the same things again and again, it's just going to end in you get real pissed off with yourself because you're doing the same things again and because you're too scared to take responsibility. So be very conscious in your decisions. Be very conscious. If you're starting your job, be conscious that maybe when I get there, I might fucking realise how much I love my last job. Or if you're leaving a relationship, you realise that maybe once I change this, I might regret making it. But you make a conscious decision and say, well, I made the choice. I made the choice and I'm choosing this. And once you make conscious decisions, it gives you the ability to learn. And it changes your life, I promise you. So that's me, guys. Have fun. Hope they help you. Keep it real. Bye.